search for motivation, thank you for trusting this space. And if this is your very first time pressing play, I'm especially glad you're here now, at the end, because endings like this often hold the most important truths. Tonight, I just want to sit with you for a while. No rushed tips, no checklists. Hey, it's Alex. I'm 27 years old, navigating this busy, sometimes overwhelming life in a city that never really sleeps. And for the past few months, I've been the one sitting here, talking to you through this microphone on our series called Discipline and Focus. This is the final episode. I've been putting off recording this one, not because I don't know what to say, but because saying goodbye to something that has become so meaningful feels heavy. This series started as a small idea, me sharing what I was learning about building better habits, staying focused in a distracted world, and finding the strength to keep going when things get tough. But it turned into so much more. It became conversations with you, through your comments, your messages, your quiet listens on tough days. If you've been here since episode 1, when I stumbled through my first recording, nervous and unsure, thank you for sticking around. If you joined later, maybe during a late-night search for motivation, thank you for trusting this space. And if this is your very first time pressing play, I'm especially glad you're here now, at the end, because endings like this often hold the most important truths. Tonight, I just want to sit with you for a while. No rushed tips, no checklists, just honest reflection, like we're sharing a cup of tea on a quiet evening, talking about the things that really matter. Before we go any further, I want to invite you into this moment with me. If something I say tonight touches you, if it brings up a memory of your own struggles, or a small win you're proud of, please leave a comment below. Share whatever feels right, a story, a thought, even just a simple, "This hit home." I promise I read every one, and they've been the fuel that kept this series alive. And if these episodes have given you something, a bit of calm on a chaotic day, a reminder to be kinder to yourself, or even just better English practice through real spoken stories, please consider subscribing to the channel, ROM English Podcast. We'll continue with more heartfelt conversations, slow and clear English you can listen to over and over, and topics that help us grow together. It's a small click, but it helps us reach more people who need this kind of space. Thank you, truly. Now, let's talk about why I named this final episode The Final Truth. We've covered a lot in this series. We've explored how to start small habits that actually last. We've talked about protecting your focus when notifications pull you in every direction. We've shared ways to rebuild motivation when it fades after holidays or big setbacks. We've looked at real stories, mine, yours, of turning intentions into actions. But through all of it, one realization has grown clearer and clearer for me. It's the one thing I wish I'd understood sooner, back when I was younger and harder on myself. Back when I thought discipline meant never slipping, never doubting, never having an off day. Here's the truth I've come to hold close. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about not giving up on yourself. Let that sink in for a second. Because real life isn't a highlight reel. It's messy, it's unpredictable. You will fail. I don't say that to discourage you, I say it to free you. Failure isn't the exception, it's part of the path. You'll set ambitious goals, like speaking English fluently, and practice every day for weeks, feeling unstoppable. Then one busy week comes, deadlines, family obligations, exhaustion, you miss a day, then two. Suddenly, the app sits unopened and guilt creeps in. You'll lose motivation entirely sometimes. That fire you felt at the start of the year, it can dim without warning. Goals that once excited you start feeling like burdens. You wake up and think, what's the point today? Not because you're lazy, because you're human. You'll have bad days, bad weeks even. Days when everything feels heavier. Traffic jams that steal your energy, arguments that linger in your mind, health issues that slow you down, or just the quiet weight of comparison when you scroll and see everyone else succeeding. I've lived all of these. Let me share more about my own journey, because this series has been as much about me figuring things out as it has been about sharing with you. When I was 23, fresh out of university, I was full of big dreams. I wanted to build something meaningful, a way to help people learn English while sharing real-life lessons. I started recording little videos, practicing scripts late at night after work. For months, I was consistent. Wake up early, study vocabulary, record, edit. Then reality hit. I got a demanding job that left me drained. Friends moved away. I started questioning if I was good enough. One month, I recorded nothing. Then another. The guilt built up. You're quitting again. You always do this. I almost gave up entirely. I told myself, maybe this isn't for you. Stick to the safe path. But one rainy afternoon, I remember it clearly, I was walking home, soaked because I'd forgotten an umbrella, and I had this small thought. What if stopping now means never knowing what could have been? It wasn't dramatic, no thunderbolt moment, just a quiet refusal to let that doubtful voice win completely. So I started again. Not with big plans, I recorded one short episode, 5 minutes, about how hard consistency can be. My voice was shaky. I almost didn't publish it. But I did, and something shifted. Listeners responded. I needed this today. Thank you for being honest. That's when I started seeing discipline differently. It's not about flawless streaks or superhuman willpower. It's about the moments after the fall, when you choose to stand up again, dust yourself off, and take one small step. It's forgiving yourself on the bad days, then showing up anyway on the next one. It's understanding that progress isn't a straight line. It's a winding path with detours, rest stops, and sometimes steps backwards. But as long as you keep moving forward more often than you stop, you're building something real. Think about learning English, since that's close to many of us here. You might practice speaking every day for a month, feeling progress. Then a trip home or a busy season at work, and you stop. Your old you might say, ruined it, quit. Your disciplined you says, body still remembers. Go for a walk today. Rebuild slowly. That's the shift, from punishment to patience, from all or nothing to again and again. At 27, I'm still learning this every day. Last month, I had a week where everything fell apart. Deadlines piled up, sleep was poor, and I skipped my morning routine entirely. I felt that old guilt rising, but instead of spiraling, I paused. I reminded myself, this is temporary. The person I want to be is still worth choosing tomorrow. And I did, one small action at a time. That's what discipline has become for me, a quiet act of loyalty to my future self. Not because I have to be perfect today, but because I refuse to abandon the person I'm becoming. And you've shown me this truth in your stories over and over. Throughout the series, your messages have poured in. Voice notes recorded in quiet moments, long comments typed after listening in bed, short notes saying, "Thank you, this helped." I've cried reading some of them, laughed at others, always felt less alone. There was the student in Hanoi who shared how they quit English classes twice before, feeling too slow, too old to start. But an episode reminded them to start small. Now they practice 15 minutes daily, and their confidence in conversations has grown. The young mom in Da Nang, juggling work and kids, who protects 1 hour each evening for reading, no matter how tired. She wrote,
Some nights I fall asleep after 10 pages, but I keep the book by the bed. That's my discipline now. The office worker in Ho Chi Minh City who battled phone addiction, deleting apps, relapsing, then trying again with gentler rules, like phone-free mornings. It's not perfect, but I'm freer now, they said. Someone sharing about quitting smoking, cold turkey attempts that failed, shame that followed, then a slower approach, cutting 1 cigarette a day. Months later, still not 0 every day, but so much better, and proud. A freelancer who lost big clients, felt like a failure, stopped pitching work, then sent 1 email, then another, now building again. And so many about fitness journeys, starting strong, plateauing, quitting in frustration, then returning with compassion. I run slower now, but I run, one said. Your stories aren't polished success tales. They're raw, honest, full of relapses and restarts. But that's what makes them powerful. You've shown me that discipline lives in the comebacks, in the quiet mornings after bad nights, in choosing yourself when it's hardest.
Together, through this series, we've created a space where it's okay to not be perfect, where trying again is celebrated, where we remind each other you're still worth it. That collective honesty has changed me. It's made me gentler with myself, more hopeful about what's possible. Thank you for that gift. As this series ends, remember this final truth on the days ahead. You will fail. You will doubt. You will have seasons where everything feels stuck. But discipline, the real kind, is the gentle refusal to quit on yourself. It's coming back again and again. Not for perfection, for the life you deserve. The version of you that's calmer, stronger, prouder. Keep going, my friend. Small steps, kind heart, faithful choices. I believe in you, the real you, the one who falls and rises. This chapter closes, but your story continues.